Coming up in this week's episode of Coast News, Kings Island have announced a brand new dark ride which is set to open next year, and at Destination D23 a number of theme park related announcements have been made. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Coast News, and as always got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight: Kings Island have announced a brand new dark ride set to open in 2026. And now I don't think this is really something that, and I don't think we really see that happen that often. At least I don't see that often in my opinion, like this Six Flags or Cedar Fair parks. Usually when they come up with like major announcements, it's all like new coasters or new flat rides. At least that's what I've seen anyway. I don't hear much of these parks like as often as they like UK parks, but to see them get like a brand new sort of dark ride, it's very interesting to see. I'm wondering how well they'll execute this brand new attraction. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Kings Island have announced a brand new dark ride which is set to open next year. Phantom Theatre Opening Nightmare is a brand new shooting dark ride built by Sally Dark Rides. The ride is set to be built in the location of the original Phantom Theatre dark ride, which operated from 1992 up until 2002. The site has since been home to Boo Blasters on Boo Hill, which permanently closed on 1st September this year to make way for Opening Nightmare. 26 interactive scenes and several multi-sensory effects will be featured in the new ride. Phantom Theatre Opening Nightmare will officially open in spring 2026. So yes, there you have it. Kings Island are getting a brand new dark ride that's sort of paying homage to an older attraction which operated at the park many years ago. Which is quite an interesting move to see, the fact that they're using the nostalgia of a classic dark ride which has been gone for years and to bring it into like a new sort of attraction, and that's very interesting to see, and I can't wait to see what this brand new dark ride looks like when it opens next year. In other news today, several theme park announcements have been made at Destination D23. And you know, this annual event that happens like every single year. It's great to see all the different theme park announcements that have been made for the Walt Disney Company. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Destination D23 was held this past weekend, in which the Walt Disney Company announced several new projects and plans for their films, theme parks and much more. A number of announcements were made at the event for the theme parks, including news on upcoming attractions, updates to existing ones and more. Here's what they announced. Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World will be returning to its original blue and white colour scheme, which was changed to a pink and gold palette for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary in 2021. After over 30 years since opening, Carousel of Progress at Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland will be receiving a new addition in the form of a brand new opening scene featuring a brand new Walt Disney audio animatronic at the start of the attraction. Also in Tomorrowland, both Tron Light Cycle Run at Walt Disney World and Shanghai Disneyland will receive a temporary overlay on the 15th and 16th of September to celebrate the release of Tron Ares. The overlay includes changing the canopy lighting from a blue and orange palette to a sort of red colour, as well as a brand new onboard soundtrack composed by Nine Inch Nails, who are also composing the score for the new Tron Ares film. They also confirmed that the brand new World of Frozen area at Disneyland Paris will officially open to the public in spring 2026. Finally, it has also been confirmed that construction on the brand new, currently unnamed Villains Land coming to Magic Kingdom will be consulted by legendary Disney animator Andreas Deja, who created iconic Disney villains such as Jafar from Aladdin, Scar from The Lion King and Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. So yes, we've got some very exciting new announcements there for obviously new attractions coming in the near future, and obviously updates to existing ones. It's great to see that Cinderella Castle is returning to its original colour scheme, which I think it was last had that colour scheme, I believe, maybe 2020 or like early 2021. Because obviously after that they painted it to its current colour scheme of like a sort of bright pink and goldish colour to celebrate the 50th anniversary. And it's been like that since, but they're changing it back to its original sort of white and blue colour as well. And I'm also excited to see. I'm so excited for the brand new Villains line, which is opening in the next few years. Possibly, I reckon it's going to be early as 2029 when that land opens, or maybe even like 2030. I mean, who knows? But construction has actually started on that land with like land clearing around that whole site. So you know, they've started making progress, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. But overall, some very exciting news come out of Destination D23 last weekend. Also in the news today, Drakon at Paulson's Park has officially gone vertical. And yes, this is actually very exciting news for Paulson's Park. The fact that construction on their first like sort of major thrill coaster has begun. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically the first track pieces for Paulson's Park's newest roller coaster have now been installed. Drakon is a brand new Gerstlauer Eurofighter, which will be the main attraction of the brand new Valgard Realm of the Vikings themed land. The land will also include a retheme of Cobra, which closed at the end of this month, a brand new restaurant, and Wild Swing, which is the UK's first wild swing attraction from ART Engineering. The first track pieces arrived on site within the last few weeks, and were just installed a few days ago. More track is set to arrive in October, and Paulson's Park have stated that vertical construction will increase speed on Drakon in November. Valgard Realm of the Vikings is set to officially open to the public in May 2026. So yes, it's insane to see that, you know, they've already started vertical construction on this brand new attraction. It looks like it's going to be good. I mean, I know it's only like a little Gerstlauer Eurofighter, but considering that Paulson's Park are getting a roller coaster look like this sort of level of thrill, it's quite surprising because Paulson's Park are very much known for being like a family park with family-friendly attractions. So they're getting a Gerstlauer Eurofighter with not only a beyond vertical drop but also two inversions, including what looks to be like sort of a mini zero-G stall by the looks of it. It's nothing huge. It's not like what you see in like these RMCs and whatnot, with like these massive zero-G stalls that leave you, or like the dive drop on Hyperion, which leaves you hanging upside down for like a solid 5 seconds. But it's still a pretty interesting element to see on a roller coaster, especially one at Paulson's Park. But either way, I'm very excited to see what Valgard looks like when it opens next year. And finally, in the news today, track has officially been completed for Circuit Breaker, and it's you know something, I'm actually starting to have more faith, more hope that this ride is going to be opening soon, because it's been under construction for years. It's been in like sort of the planning stage for years now, but the fact that the track has now finally been completed is a very good sign that, you know, the whole construction phase will soon come to an end. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Circuit Breaker is a brand new Vekoma tilt coaster set to open at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas in the near future. This will be the second tilt coaster to open in the United States, with the first one being Siren's Curse at Cedar Point, which opened in June this year. Vertical construction began on Circuit Breaker early this year, with the tower holding the tilt track being the first structure built for the ride. On the 28th of August, the final track piece was installed on Circuit Breaker, and it was commemorated with the construction workers signing the final piece of track before it was lifted into place, and the final bolt being installed on the final piece of track, which now means that vertical construction is officially completed on Circuit Breaker. So yes, that is incredible news to say the least. You know, this and Palindrome, which is another roller coaster under construction at Circuit of the Americas, those have both been under construction for, well, they were announced years and years ago, but they've taken absolutely ages to get them both built. And Palindrome, I believe, completed track quite some time ago. I believe it was last year or maybe before that, but haven't opened it yet. And Circuit Breaker literally started vertical construction, I think it was towards the start of this year, like a few months ago, and it's now completed. So hopefully in the next few weeks or so we should see trains on the track, maybe even some testing. Hopefully, whether they'll still get it open this year, I'm not sure. It depends what kind of operations this park is going to have. Like, is it going to be year-round operations, like 365-day operations, or is it going to be like a sort of a seasonal thing from, say, March to November type operations? I mean, who knows? If it is a 365-day operation thing, then they can just open it pretty much whenever they want, as long as it's all, as long as all the correct checks are made, as long as all the testing's done, is passed, like safety inspections and whatnot. If it's 365 operation things, they could easily open in like possibly maybe December, January. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But either way, it's great to see the track has finally been complete on this brand new roller coaster, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like when it's fully open and operating. Yeah, that is it for this week's episode of Coast News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Goodbye.